homicide, it's a suicide. Tell him seeking you will find, cause I'ma lose my mind. Kick a nigga ass, then give him my shoes to shine. It's do or die, I come from where we used to crime. The ooze and nine, more important than school supplies. The blues is dry, my niggas and the food is fried. The news is lies, the pigeons is too spook to fly. The rules denied, all the toughest goons is mine. That's Tunch slime, they kill you and go do the time. We unified, y'all money revolutionized. The new design, we had to leave the flukes behind. They're supersized, the numbers through the roof and sky. Don't look too surprised, look through the lines. We making moves and stride, grooves and vibes. I'm too alive, these hoes need to be supervised. They put on a cute disguise, you grooms is blind. She get dick in the Uber ride, number 2 with fries. I'm pimping, now who am I? I'm who and why. I'm rude and kind, my cars are computerized. I'm cruising by, smoking blunts, Ruben size. You fools can try, these tools getting utilized. You euthanize, put the skirt, shoot and drive.
You run to when you're down. I just wanna fly. I'ma show you tonight that I'ma put it on you, baby. Take you past the sky. I just wanna be.
Welcome to the Kobe Bryant Film Room. This is the Mamba Mentality, Alpha Male Mindset, Part 3, right? And it's basically my reaction to this great video done by Go Abundance. Again, subscribe to Go Abundance YouTube channel, right? Tribe of Millionaires podcast. Right, this is where I got this video from, so I'm giving all credit to him. I think it's only right because this is great work that he put together. And this is a great topic that I'd like to cover and discuss on my channel to kind of build character. I want to connect with people on the mental aspect on this channel as well, because, you know, most of us are men. You know, we got females out there. This can apply to anybody, really, a winner's mindset, but it's particularly towards men. But without further ado, let's get into it.
I gotta first ask about that. On your finger.
Championship number 4. It was gifted to me by Kobe Bryant.
Wow.
So I have quite a few of them. I got 6 from Chicago, 3 from Miami, 2 from LA, a couple of gold medals from the Olympics. The guys have been very...
So this is Kobe's trainer, longtime trainer of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, Tim Grover, right? He's legendary. In my opinion, the best to ever do it. There's other trainers out there, salute to them. But he... his knowledge and his insight and his work ethic is second to none.
Gracious to allow me to be part of their success.
Why do you wear that one?
Because he's not here. Yeah, he's not here.
And there's a lot of emotion in that statement. You could tell the man meant a lot to him outside of his profession, you know, outside of training and basketball, seems like they had a real personal relationship outside of that. So everybody else is thinking basketball, 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 but they forget that, you know, he was people's friend. You know, he was husband, friend, and people had love for him, man, outside of the sport.
April 12, 2013. I don't know if you remember this date. 4 months after you stopped working with him, Kobe Bryant famously blows his Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
Did he call you?
Yes.
What did he say?
It was exactly what he said. He was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
What did you say to him?
I said, when Kobe Bryant is on the other line, let me talk to him.
And see, that's powerful, man, because sometimes you need people in your circle who are going to encourage you to keep moving forward, right? Sometimes the seeds of doubt plant inside your mind and you just want to quit. You just want to fold. You're just done with it. You hit the wall. You gave it, you think you gave it all you had until somebody inspires you and reminds you of who you are. And you need people like that. You have people who aren't going to push you around you and who are just going to tell you, yeah, man, I think it's time to hang it up. You need to get a new set of friends. Your friends should lift you up and inspire you because they are also invested in your success, not from a gratuity standpoint, but from a friend standpoint. They want to see you succeed naturally because they got love for you.
He was a rare dude. There's a story going back to the '08 finals. Celtics-Lakers. Anybody remember that series? Celtics-Lakers? Paul Pierce goes down, gets carted off the court in a wheelchair.
Yes.
Allegedly an MCL strain, although some said he had to take a shit. Kobe Bryant, after he ruptures his Achilles, I don't know why I'm pointing him in here. After he
And
ruptures,
Paul Pierce is legendary for that, man. I think he admitted to it. He's like, yo, I had to use the bathroom, like for real, for real. I just ain't want to embarrass myself.
his Achilles.
I would have did the same thing.
Steps to the line, hits 2 free throws. The story is he did that to say fuck you to Paul Pierce. Is that true?
No, he just listened. We always, with everybody.
I don't think he was that maniacal. I mean, when you tear your Achilles, I think all you're thinking about is your career. Like, I think that flashes before your eyes before you think about anybody else. So I don't think he was on that shit on that time.
Start something, very few people can finish them. So he just said, no matter what the circumstances are, I gotta go. He actually tried to play. You know, we sat with the trainers and all this other stuff, and he was just like, hey, can we tape this up? Like, we knew exactly what happened. He's like, no, you can't do that. But he said, well, I'm going to go in and make these 2 free throws, and there's no way I'm going to be carted off the field. I'm not going to carted off the court. I'm going to go walk as much pain that he was in and discomfort. But it was just like, you know, when you start something, you finish it.
That's right. So he was thinking in his mind, he didn't want the image of him being carried off in everybody's mind. He wanted everybody to know, like, no, I'm still on top. I'm going to leave as a man if I can. If I can leave on my own volition and suck it up, I will. You know what I'm saying?
You finish it. So, you know, a lot of things, Kobe, a lot of other individuals gave him motivation, and, you know, he had in the back of his mind, but he didn't need motivation. It was about elevating himself and always delivering the unexpected for all the people that are watching him.
So here's the thing, right? You don't compete with another man. You compete with yourself, right? You compete with yourself to be the best version of yourself. You can admire what other people do and say, hey, look, I'm gonna work hard to get to where he's at. You know, honor and acknowledgement. But as far as pushing yourself, you just want to make sure you're increasing every single day and pushing yourself.
He's a cleaner.
Oh, 100%.
Can you describe a cleaner for those that may not know?
A cleaner is an individual that delivers that end result over and over again, no matter what the circumstances are. So you see those circumstances out there. You know, you've seen individuals we've seen videos of him where, you know, he's dislocated his finger, it pops it back into place, a thumb, all this other stuff, and then there's other people that have been out for 8 weeks because they dislocated his finger. So just the ability to say, hey, I need to be, what do they say is the most important thing? You know, is a player available? Availability is the number one asset. And just like
and that's a part of greatness too, is playing and being available. You know what I mean? A lot of people discount that, but that is a big part of greatness, availability. You have to be there. It's like being in school. You have to be in class in order to pass the class. You could be great. You could have all the great grades, all the good grades, and pass every test. But if you fail in attendance, you're not going to pass the class.
Cole, he had a obligation. He was like, listen, people pay a lot of money to watch me play. People stay up late, you know, and they buy my jerseys. They do all these different things. So who am I not to give them everything that I got every single night? Kobe always had a saying that if I can put my head on the pillow and know I gave everything I had that night, then I can rest.
So that mindset is lost, right? That old school mindset of playing for the fans and playing for the love of the game. Now players have to be incentivized. It's no shot at the players, but it just, I mean, it kind of is, but it's not really. It's just telling the truth. Players got to be incentivized to care and play hard, right? Kobe, Mike, and other guys before them wanted to play for y'all, wanted to put on a show for y'all because you guys put so much money in their pockets. And a lot of times you guys don't have it to give, but you know, you want to take your kids to the games, you want to take family members to the games and witness the greatest players on earth, and they appreciated you guys. That's how they showed their appreciation. Right, that part of the game is lost. Players don't give a fuck nowadays. They really don't care that much. Some of them do, but a lot of them just want to make their money and go home. They don't care about this type of shit.
That's why you've heard about all these notorious 2 a.m. workouts, 3 a.m. and so forth. It's like, hey, you know what? I left something.
And here's the thing: like, you got a lot of dudes who don't respect that. Kobe, but let me ask you something for y'all who don't like Kobe out there. Like, bro, he's playing hard for y'all. He's playing hard. He's playing on the court for y'all. He's pushing himself through injury for fans, right? Doing things for the fans. Michael Jordan doing things for the fans, right? They don't get paid extra. You know what I mean? Those dudes are already rich beyond their wildest dreams. They really can retire for real and sit at the house and chill and half-ass it, whatever the case may be. Even in their later years where they weren't playing for championships, they still gave it their all. They still tried to play every single game. And if y'all don't appreciate that, I don't know what to tell you.
I could have given more. So that's when I used to get those calls at that time.
Again, a rare dude. I remember Jason Williams talking about going into practice. Kobe was practicing, so Jason Williams continued to practice. Kobe kept practicing, and later, when Jason Williams was like, God, man, why didn't you stop? Because I saw you there. I needed you to know that I wasn't going to finish until you were done.
Yes.
Incredible. How important was it for Kobe, his identity, to be a cleaner?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it was important to him. It was a way of life. So, you know, when something's important to you, you gotta, you know, people have to work on things or so forth. When you have that cleaner state of mind, it's who you are. You know, people always talk about Mamba mentality, and I'll say it's not a mentality, it's a lifestyle. It's literally a lifestyle. You know,
so he's absolutely telling the truth, right? It became who he was. So he didn't have to pretend it. He didn't have to fake it. He didn't have to keep talking about it. People already knew when they seen him what his work ethic was. You know, I think Bob Myers, the Warriors GM, was talking about it. That, look, you can't pretend this stuff. You can't pretend to be him. It just was him. Yeah, it was who he was. It just came out naturally.
Anybody can be a cleaner for a moment. Anybody can be relentless for a year. But do you have the ability to do it over and over and over again, and make it a part of your instincts, make it a part of who you are?
In his post-basketball life, he had...
So before he gets to that, I want to ask you guys, are you a cleaner? Right? Somebody who finishes what they start, or are you a cleaner?
Won awards, he had built this business. Was he in cleaner level even post-basketball?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, he was, businesses were going crazy. He wrote a bestsellers children's book that won an award. He won an Oscar for a short film, all this. I mean, those are definitely all cleaner moves. Here's the thing about a cleaner, you don't turn it off. If you turn it, there's no way you can turn it off. You have to take that competitiveness and just challenge it into something else. And you see this with a lot of athletes that are highly competitive. If they don't have something else, that's where the destructive behavior comes in. So they have the competitive. There's nothing to stop. It just changes form.
So they're so used to being great, they don't know what to do when they're not being great. Like they dedicate everything to working hard on their craft, and then when it's over, they're looking for shit to do for another passion. Right? But you don't turn that mentality off if you truly have it. You just transfer it to something else.
It literally just changes form.
Was he disgusted by anybody that didn't aspire to be a cleaner?
Well, yes. So that was the thing. He's aspired to be cleaner. What are you saying? Like, listen, not everybody's talent level, especially in the sport, has a ceiling. All he just said, he goes, just make sure you hit that ceiling all the time. That's it,
And that's powerful, but like hitting your own ceiling, you know what I'm saying? And that's the challenge that Kobe had to a lot of his teammates. Kwame Brown talks about it, how he, Byron Scott also talks about it, how he expected the best from his teammates. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be me, but you got to be the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're the best version of yourself and you're contributing to the team, then he's not going to kill you. He's only going to ride you and kill you when you're slacking off, when you're bullshitting. And that's leadership. That's accountability. A lot of people don't like that about Kobe because he was brutally honest. Tell you to your face that you suck. Tell you to your face you're getting traded. Tell you to your face you're soft. But I got a question for the people out there. To the players who he told that to, was it true? Think about that.
I don't expect you to be me. I don't expect you to be like anybody, Pau Gasol, Shaq, whatever it is. But I want you to know every single day, I want you to be at whatever your best is. And I can't help you get better if I don't see you give maximum effort all the time. When you work with athletes, when you work with individuals, business owners, whatever it may be, if you're not giving maximum effort and you go into a coaching situation or you come into this thing here, well, if I don't know what your max is, or these individuals don't know what your max is, I can't help you. I need to know what your maximum output is, what your maximum threshold is, what your maximum adversity tolerance is. You need to know all those things, because then from there we make you better. If you holding stuff in the tank, then yeah, I might get you to your max, but I'm not making you better. I'm just getting you back to what you should be doing.
And see, that's the part of leadership that people don't understand, right? With Jordan and Kobe, they said, oh, they were terrible teammates. No, they were great teammates. It's just that type of attitude is not going to make you popular. It ain't going to make you liked. But that's great. That's great leadership. The military is great leadership as well. They're not going to be your friend and hold your hand. But you're going to come home alive.
I want to ask this question. I think it's unfair, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Just how you knew Kobe. What's up, Tribe listeners? I want to talk about our sponsor.
Skip to this. Salute to him. Y'all go subscribe again.
Now, back to the show. obviously his death came way too early. It was the same age. I was 42, same age. I always say we came out the same year. He just got drafted. But if you were to say to Kobe at the beginning of life, beginning of his career, you can go full out, you'll be the legend that you were, but life is going to end early for you. Or you got 30 more years, but you're going to leave some in the tank. Do you know what he would choose?
Exactly what happened. He went out all the time. And you know what? Here's the thing. How many days do you not go all out? You save something in the tank when that extra effort could have gotten you closer to whatever you want to do. Listen, the next day is not promised to anybody in this room. It's just not. Your next heartbeats, whatever it is, nothing next is promised to a single individual in this room. So whatever you're saving it for, why are you saving it for? Tomorrow's going to show up. Tomorrow's going to be here. We don't know if we are.
And that's a powerful statement, right? Given that you're all and working hard and having no regrets at the end of it. How would he live his life? The same fucking way. No changes. You know what I'm saying? Because he gave it his all. You can't predict death, right? You can't live like that. Like, hey, I'll just commit more to this. But that'll take away from who he was, right? Who he was as a person.
When you work with executives, CEOs, business people, is there anything that you see in common where they are leaving something in the tank? Is there anything that you see that's a trend or something? That sports is very easy. It's like there's a scoreboard, there's championships, right? There's this very easy way of measuring success. But what do you see from entrepreneurs or CEOs that they're leaving in the tank? What is that and why is that?
Well, complacency sets in with all of us. It does. We all get comfortable. I said this an hour before. The brain is designed for two things. It's designed for survival and comfort. That's what it's designed for. That's what it's supposed to do. And you have to constantly challenge yourself to do the complete opposite. There's nothing normal about success. There's nothing normal about winning. So what the body and brain is designed for, you have to do the complete opposite. We're already all messed up. The left side of the brain controls the right side of the brain controls the left side. So you're already born all jacked up already. So, and it's easy for us to just, take our foot off the gas because a lot of us are worried about burnout. We're worried about burnout. And I always say, burnout doesn't come from doing the things that you enjoy. Most individuals in here, you won't get burned out from the business that you love, the business that you built, the business that you nurtured to get to this level. Burnout comes from all the distractions from outside that start to filter into your life, that start taking the energy that you build every single day to transfer into that thing. So the amount of energy.
So that's true. Like burnout comes from doing shit you don't like. And that's true. I've experienced that, working a job that you don't like, being around people you don't like. That's where burnout comes, stressful situations. Burnout doesn't come for something you truly enjoy and having fun. If you're doing something you love, you're happy to do it. You're happy to wake up. If you're doing something you hate, you don't want to get out of bed.
You have the ability to muster up every single day and transfer it into your business, transfer it into yourself, transfer it into other individuals will pretty much determine whether you leave something in the tank or not. Are you going to have that same energy level every single day? No, you're not. You're not. Everyone says, give maximum effort. There's plenty of times where you've seen athletes not give maximum effort. We're all human, but how often does one lack of maximum effort turn into another one, turn into another one? Because, I always say things don't cause complacency. We cause complacency. It's a mindset. Take it a little easier today. The next thing you know, the competition is done past you up.
Exactly. That's why you work hard. And You go outside and you have your lemonade stand, and then you're killing it. You're selling a whole bunch of lemonade. Then you go inside for a day and chill and rest on what you got, all the earnings that you made. And then the next day you go outside, 2 days later you go outside and somebody took your spot and they're selling more lemonade than you. This happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you leave while you're hot, you're gonna go cold.
Taking that concept of getting out of comfort, your brain is designed for comfort. Is there anything tactically, any exercises you do with entrepreneurs that maybe some of these guys can implement in order to kind of get yourself out of there? I get what you're saying. You're saying, hey, let me give you philosophically how the brain works and how you get complacent. But what's an exercise or a tactic that you may commonly use that can help people get out of it?
Have a conversation with the first person you should speak to every morning is yourself.
Absolutely.
That's the most important conversation. Before you have a conversation with anybody else, before you have a conversation with your kids, before you have a conversation with your significant other, before you pick up your phone, you need to have
and God. Have a conversation with God first thing you wake up.
Conversation with yourself. All right? You can't lie, and don't lie to yourself. All right, here's a great exercise you can use. You go into the bathroom. Look at yourself in the mirror with the lights on. Then turn all the lights off. It's the same individual that you see in the dark, the same individual that you see when the lights are on. Because when you're in the dark, that's a true you. That's reality looking at you. Are you that same individual? Because you can lie to yourself during the daylight. Listen, we got lights shining on me right now. They're making me look better than I actually look. All right, we go to different stores. You go to different health clubs. You go to wherever you're at. They got lights. You go in. I know. I look in the mirror at my house. I look one way. I go to the gym where they got the fake lights in there. I look so much better. All right.
And so that's the thing. Like when you're dealing with this new age of social media, the rise of social media, everybody looks like a superstar, you know what I'm saying? But behind closed doors, when they have to deal with themselves, you see that things ain't as glamorous or things ain't as great as they make it seem with all the pictures and videos and photos and things like that. So yeah, you have to be real with yourself. That's another part of growth, is being real with yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're being fake or phony, at the end of the day, you got to turn off the lights and go to sleep by yourself. And you have to self-reflect after that.
But in the dark, it's you. It is 100% you.
And relentless. So you said about Kobe, going back to the cleaner concept. This interests me, if you can't tell. It's just a way of being. That
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's earned. It's earned.
In Relentless, you're laid out 13 different things, the Relentless 13, because you believe, I think, that you can become a cleaner.
Everybody can become a cleaner. As a matter of fact, we all start out cleaners and we go the other way. That's what it usually happens. Well, just think about your childhood, all the different things that you did, how you earned it. I said at all point, you can look at your kids now. If you had kids, I said, you ever try to negotiate with a 2-year-old? How difficult is that? So you're born relentless. You're born a cleaner. You're taught everything else. We're born to move. We're born to be active. We're born to be creative. We're born to think. And then we tell us, sit down, shut up, don't do this, don't.
And I think that's powerful too, because everybody tells you to go get an education, and although an education is great, there are certain things that you're told that stops your growth. It stunts your growth. Kids are creative. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I played basketball all day, every day. I woke up probably 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning outside shooting hoops, and go back in the house till the sun went down. Sun went up, I was outside. Sun went down, I was still outside, about to go back in. Around from like 5 to like come in the house probably like 12:30 at night, 5 in the morning to 12:30 at night, just playing ball all day. And so we have those dreams as a kid, making it big, making it to the pros, making it. But those dreams get killed when, hey, you got to make a living, you got to pay bills, you got to go to work, responsibilities. Hey, let's be realistic. You shouldn't be thinking about those type of things. Who makes it? What's the people tell you what's the percentages of you making it to that level, right? And people kind of kill your dreams because they don't see. They're looking at the numbers, right? And numbers can't tell you and define who you are. You might be the exception, but they're telling the people who are telling you to the people who are telling you to not be the exception aren't the exception. So, you take that as it may.
Do that. Here it is. There's a difference between being childish and childlike. So I always say we're all born the cleaner mentality. We all have it. It's all inside of us. Just people are afraid to use it. A doctor doesn't look at a baby and say, hey, this person's going to be relentless, this person's going to be this person's going to be that. They're not. And it all starts, and this is going to sound a little bit crazy, but you look at yourself, think about the first trauma you had in your life, the first real challenge. I mean, it could be at any age. How you handled that situation pretty much developed your personality, who you're going to be. Did you run and hide? Did you reach for help? Are you still dealing with it? Or did you stand up to it? Did you stand up to it? And if you have that, that's where your cleaner mentality starts to really, really grow.
So facing adversity is one thing, right? You got to learn how to face adversity head on, because a lot of us, they say that childhood trauma is the one that lasts with you forever, so how you deal with that childhood trauma can determine your path as an adult greatly. And so we all, in order to move past that, we got to confront it. We can't hide from it. Your losses can become your wins. You know what I'm saying? You can actually look at how you lost and learn from it.
Well, you look at we've all read fairy tales to our kids. Every single one of us. What does every fairy tale have in common? Yeah, I'm talking about the old fairy tales. I'm not talking about the new ones now. So, a prince, a princess, or whatever, but they all have a dark forest or a dark moment. Every single one. Every single one. So it's crazy. We want to live a fairy tale life. But the minute the dark forest appears, we stop. And that's where all the change is about to happen. That's where everything in your life is about to change. That's where you're going to get to the next level. That's where the winds are. So when you're in that dark moment, when you're in that dark forest, what do? That's where you're being challenged. That's when it's to see, hey, what's inside of you? What do you have to get to that point? Think about your businesses. Why did you get to this level? Well, because every time you had those dark moments, you didn't quit. You met them head on. Was it easy? No, it's not supposed to be easy. But remember this, and this is so important. Just because you're in a dark place doesn't mean the spotlight isn't on you. Doesn't mean the spotlight is not on you. That's when actually the spotlight is the brightest, when it's the darkest. But what happened?
And so those down times, right, real quick, those down times are supposed to happen. Everything's not perfect. So when you meet those bumps in the roads, and you will, that's what happens. So what you need to do is, right, put money away for, let's say your car breaks down. Well, when your car breaks down, you shouldn't not know what to do. You shouldn't not be prepared. You need to put money away so that when that happens, because that's life, that's when that type of stuff happens. So if you're prepared for it, it won't hurt you as much. Nobody likes to lose money, but your car breaking down won't hurt you as much as if you prepared for it a long time ago. But if you're living check to check and you're not putting anything away, it's going to kill you. It's going to be devastating when your car breaks down. You know what I'm saying? And that mentality, you just need to use that for everything else in your life.
It's this.
Preparation.
During that moment, most individuals don't prepare for the light. So finally, when the light comes, they're blinded by it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
They're blinded by it. That's when all your preparation is. You hear about the athletes all the time. It's not what you see them do on the court and on the football field, on the soccer field, whatever it may be, tennis courts. It's all the stuff that you don't see that allows them to perform at the highest level. Your businesses are as successful as they are, not because of what everybody sees. It's because of what everybody doesn't see. Well,
anybody see The Last Dance? 4 of you? For real? I was going to say, it's like one of the most watched documentaries in Netflix history, I think. Oh, yeah, I do. I kind of saw it. Michael Jordan, early in that, breaks down crying, talking about the level of intensity he brought to the game. Mm-hmm. Does that relate to the dark force piece that you just talked about?
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Well, you know what? I talk about this more often because nobody wants to talk about it, and it's so important. Everyone thinks the dark is an illusion and that only bad things happen in it. The illusion is thinking that it doesn't exist and nothing good can come out of it. All right, I have this. You just look at the different things. People always say, reach for the stars. Well, when the stars are the brightest? At night. And we have individuals here everyone's gone out for a romantic dinner. You've taken your significant person out, or they've taken you out to a romantic dinner. The moonlight, the setting, all that other stuff. Has anybody ever gone for a romantic lunch, a romantic breakfast? You go mostly for romantic dinners. And it's funny, we look at all our growth happens during those times, but it's so intense. It is so intense. We've all been through dark times. We've all been through dark moments. It's what you've done during that time. It's the level of intensity that you took your game up to. It's the level of intensity you took your knowledge up to. It's the level of intensity you took your work ethic. It's that level that allowed you to see the light. It allowed you to see the light, because everybody can see in the light, but very few people can feel their way around in the dark. And in order to succeed at the highest level, you need the light and you need the dark. When does a new day start? Not a trick question. When does a new day start? It starts at midnight. It starts at midnight. Is it light or dark at midnight? It's dark. So if a new day starts in the dark, where do you think your new beginning is starting?
So basically, like with Jordan in The Last Dance, a lot of people are like, I don't like Michael Jordan. He comes across as arrogant. He's an asshole. He fought teammates, blah blah blah. But sometimes that area, he had to push himself to get to a certain point. He had to push his teammates to get to a certain point, to get them ready. And those are going to be some dark times. They're going to hate it. They're going to work hard. They're going to be in pain. But after they win the championship, that's where they get all the credit and the glory and the respect from their peers. So it balances itself out. No pain, no gain. That's what we all heard when we were growing up.
Going to start in the dark moments.
So why are we offended by it when we see it in The Last Dance? Why do we hate it?
Where it's just you and your thoughts. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just you and your thoughts. The thing that he said in The Last Dance, that was the first time he said those things, after holding those things. And, hey, this is the why I was. This is the why. This is who I am. This is what I did. And to let somebody see that side of you, people judge you for that. That's why they always hold it in. And I know there's probably people in this room that are way more into the scriptures and good book than I am. But one of the passages is, let there be light. Well, in order to be light, where did it start? It started in the dark. So that's where all your new beginnings, that's where all your new changes come in. That's because it's so intense. It is so freaking intense down there.
Y'all hear that? Out from the dark comes the light. You have to go through dark times in order to go through the good times.
Because you can't see anybody else. You got to trust yourself. You literally have to trust yourself. You got to conversate with yourself. That's when reality sets in. When you're looking around, there's nobody else to reach out. There's nobody else to reach out for. That's when you're being tested. That's when you're being tested. There's the old saying, in school you learn, you take the test. In life, you get tested first, and then you learn.
Exactly. So everything's kind of backwards in school, right? And that's why when we get out here in the real world, we're confused, we're fucked up, because a lot of people ain't learning how to deal with life. They're getting an education, but they're failing in life.
It's a complete opposite. It's a complete opposite. It's a complete opposite. No.
Is there any regret in going to the darkness for a guy like Michael?
No.
That emotion, is there any pangs of, like you said it earlier, I didn't have 9 Christmases with my kids. I isolated my family. None of that.
There's no, you can't. Listen, if you think the price of winning is too high, wait till you get the bill for regret.
That was real. That was real.
Wait till you get the bill for regret. And you know how many individuals in here, that bill has been passed. It's generational. It's been passed on to you. You want to pass that bill on to somebody else. You want to pass it on to the next generation. We're so worried about regret. Man, when you talk to somebody who's an elderly person, they always talk about, man, I regret, and so forth. Don't. That price is that. It's way more costly, way more expensive. So
That's why I think the media and all of them want people to believe that being a strong man is bad, because they want you to be stuck. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to be the best version of yourself. They want you to be a mindless zombie who makes them money. And a lot of people buy into it, man. So they hate Kobe. They don't even know why, right? And the reason why you hate him is because he exudes all the things the media tells you to hate. This is why they have to trash him every day. A strong man who didn't apologize, who didn't get on his knees, lived life with no regrets, and did things and moved how he wanted to, not how people wanted him to move.
Don't have, the only regrets that you'll have is regretting that you didn't, whatever it was. You didn't live the life your way. You didn't play the way you wanted to play. You didn't do the things that you wanted to do. You didn't talk to the people that you wanted to. You didn't go try what you wanted to do. You didn't go succeed at it. You didn't go fail. You didn't go fail at it. There's a newsflash here, folks. No one in this room is living forever. We are not. So just go through life, and are we all going to have regrets? Yeah. But you want to have as few as possible. When it's all said and done. It's all said and done.
What's your biggest regret?
What is my biggest regret? You know what? I tell you, I have one of the shortest memories. So I can't even go there.
You gotta move forward no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Can't look back. If you're looking back, that means what? Like, why'd you leave if you're looking back?
That old thing that people always talk about, if you could go back in time to talk to your 20-year-old self.
Matter of fact, right before he gets to that, there's a passage in the Bible about Lot's wife turning into a pillar of salt because she looks back, meaning she missed what she just left. So she got punished for that. You know what I mean? Like, why would you look back unless you want to go back?
You do. What would you tell that person? My 20-year-old self said, what the fuck are you doing here, man? We can't change any of this. Get your ass back over there. You know, people want to go, oh, what could, no. What are you going to tell yourself? If I could go back, if I can go back 30 years, man, I don't want to see me. I want to look for somebody else. I want to have a conversation with somebody else. Listen, the best athletes have the shortest memories. That's why if they miss a shot, they don't hold on. They don't hold on to the day. They're ready to shoot the ball again. They go on. They just move on. And that's not only in their losses, that's also in their wins. You know, whether you like the guy or not, Tom Brady, what he used to say? They're awesome. What's his favorite ring? My next one. With everybody here, all right? What's going to be?
That's how you know, like, not being afraid to fail it actually frees you. It frees you, right? Because you missed the shot, you just go home. Fuck it. I gave it my all, I missed, whatever, come back. That's why those moments ain't pressure. You just prepare for them. You just practice. And if you gave it your all, then you cool with it.
What's going to be your favorite win? The next one. Celebrate hard, don't celebrate long. You know, if any of my regrets, maybe I should have had a little more joy earlier in my life in the things that I accomplished. But I'm sure as hell making up for it now.
You had a story with your daughter when she was 5.
Yeah.
It's very, very famously told. Anybody heard the story? Do you want?
Y'all listen
What's
to
that?
this. This is good.
Some of you. I'll paraphrase this. Your daughter is watching you pack to leave.
Yes.
I believe she's 5 years old. She's asking why you need to go. You say, this is how Daddy puts food on the table. This is real for me because it just happened 3 days ago when I left to come here with my son. And she said, if I eat less, will you stay home? And you left.
Yeah.
What is that now? Is that regret or is that
No,
madness?
not at all. There's no regret. There's no regret in that whatsoever. I mean, how the story goes, you know, I travel a lot for my work. She comes into the room and she goes, you know, hey, daddy, why do you travel so much? And I said, you know, sweetheart, this is how I take care of Mom. This is how I take care of you. This is how I put a roof, you know, get you all the different things. This is how I put food on the table. And she goes, Daddy, if I eat less, will you stay home more? If I eat less, will you stay home more? Oh, I mean, it still gets me now. If this was Disneyland, if this was a fairy tale, I'd have grabbed her hand, unpacked my stuff, and we'd have skipped for some ice cream. I kept packing, you know? Yeah. And then when she was much older, I said, I want to sit down and talk to you. And before I could even sit down, and she goes, Dad, I understand. She goes, I understand. She goes, you taught me how to make hard, tough decisions that are not going to please everyone. She goes, I can see your wins. I can see how I benefited from it.
And that's right, making sacrifices so that everybody around you can live better and do better, man. That's big, especially when you're a husband and a father, and you stop really living for yourself. You realize things have to be done. That's a hard conversation to have, but he knew the bigger scheme and recognized, hey, look, I'm doing this for us. You know what I mean? So it's selfless. It's actually a selfless act, and a lot of men back in the day did that. They go on these long trips, go join the military, and leave their families for years, you know, to go provide, right? Some dudes died in the wars, right? But it was a noble death because they put food on the table.
I could see what you did.
That's how real men think. You know what I'm saying? You make sure your family's straight.
Person. So she got to see the results of those moments. She got to be a part of the wins. She got to see the results of all those things. Yeah, are those easy decisions? Absolutely not. But, you know, there's other times where when she was in junior high, I was out in LA with a client. She was in Chicago. I would literally fly on a day off when I didn't have my client. I would fly from Orange County on a 7 a.m. flight, land in Chicago at 1:30, get to the volleyball game, watch her play for 45 minutes. Sometimes I didn't even get a chance to speak to her. And back on the 7:10 flight back. Sometimes she didn't even know I was in the audience. No, we all want to be present for our kids and everything. And I'm not telling you that.
And those flights are hard, man. Getting on a plane and leaving without your loved ones, that's tough, man. Getting on there alone, man. And knowing it's gonna be a while till you see them again. It's hard, man. But a decision has to be made.
Judge me for the way I did things. I'm not telling you to do the things the same way, but I know what worked for me. I know what was important for me. What I could sacrifice of not being there as much as I wanted to in her early ages, but this would be the end result later. This would be the end result later on. And I know some people say, man, I could never do that. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to do that. But if that's you,
that's right,
then you need to be true to who you are. But if you're going to do those decisions, you have to deliver on those wins, not only for yourself, but for those individuals also. You have to deliver those wins.
And follow through with that shit, man. Go all the way and achieve that goal. Don't half-ass it and don't lose. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing worse than you being gone and then when you come back, you're gone all that time, you come back and you didn't get it done.
There's nothing better
and then
than
they're gonna ask, your family's gonna look at you like, why'd you leave?
Sharing your wins with the people that mean the most.
Yeah,
if you're missing events and you're not doing things and you're not sure and nobody's winning and nobody's benefit from it, well, you know what? That's on you. That's on you. Because a lot of individuals go to these things, and let's be honest, how many times have you been at one of your children's recitals, concerts, basketball games, soccer game, volleyball, and you're not even present? You're there, but you're not present. You're on your phone, your mind is on business, something else, you don't know what's going on over there, but you think because you're physically there, you're actually present. No, you're not.
So there you go. Get off your phones. Right? Stop with the distractions. And be there. Just because you're there, like he said, just because you're there doesn't mean you're present. Just because you're present doesn't mean you're there. So that's a big part of it, man. Make sure you're attentive. Make sure you're knowledgeable about what's going on. That's big.
Wait on. What's worse?
I was digesting that as you were speaking to it. It's crazy because, Michael Jordan picked you to coach him, even though he's the one player on the Bulls that you didn't reach out to.
Correct.
Then he hands you off, essentially, to Kobe. That's the comment about you being an asshole. And then after that, you've got, in that time frame, you've got Dwayne Wade, Hakeem Olajuwon, Scottie Pippen. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, these people that you've worked with. So it's just interesting to me, I think, for all of us, because this is a room full of killers, a room full of cleaners, right? I think of myself as that as well. It's interesting to hear when you're with somebody that everyone here universally would regard as great, meaning Michael, to hear what it takes. It's just interesting to hear what it takes. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Talk a little basketball stuff?
Sure.
Start with The Last Dance, actually. 98 is filmed with the intention of releasing it, but it takes 22 years, I think, because of Michael. He was the last player, the holdout, not to sign off on that documentary, and then he does.
He was the only player that had the right to sign off. Nobody else had the right to sign off. Nobody else had the right to sign off.
What took so long?
He's just like, I do it because I do it when I'm ready. That's all. I do it when I'm ready. And he wasn't even going to release it then. He wasn't even going to release it. He wasn't even going to release it then. The studios, obviously, it was during the pandemic. Sports was dead, and they were like, dude, we need something. I mean, it was released, and episode 7, 8, 9, and 10 weren't even done yet. It wasn't even
The
done.
first episode's out, and 1 through 6 are all that's ready.
Yeah,
7, 8, 9, 10 are not ready.
not even done.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that? I'm curious. What's that done? Have you talked to him?
Oh,
And
yeah.
his legacy or how he's been perceived? I probably doesn't care, but
He don't care. Have you heard his Hall of Fame?
Mike can give less than a fuck about his legacy. He don't even defend himself, right? You got people on YouTube, people like me, and other guys, other content creators who defend Mike and Kobe and all these legends, and Mike doesn't give a fuck. He really doesn't.
Speech.
And he shouldn't.
Listen, we all want to be in that. We'd love to. Everybody would have that, be in that frame of mind. We always say we don't care. How many of us actually mean it? We don't care. We don't. We don't care. I mean, guys, the guy built. How'd you like to own your own 18-hole golf course? Your own. You like to have that much success where you're like, man, I'm tired of playing behind people. I'm just gonna go build my own. I'm just gonna go build my own, and then charge a crazy fee for other people to play. But you still have first access. If somebody takes tea time and you want to play, hey, I'm sorry, man, you gotta get out of here. Well, it's a crazy, limitless level of success. It's just, it's just different. And The Last Dance, I mean, it got, the most interesting thing about The Last Dance, and this will relate individuals here, and about his mindset. And a lot of people won't understand this or think about it. Imagine this. You work for a company, or you come down to your employees and you tell them, no matter whether this company generates the highest revenue it's ever done or it brings in $0, none of you are coming back. None of you are coming back. How many people on your staff or in your organization would work harder
Not many.
than they've ever done, or at the same level? Well, remember, that's what The Last Dance was about. They knew they weren't coming back. They were not coming back. And you've already won 5 championships. You could have easily said, I'm good.
And complacency could have kicked in, but he wanted more.
I'm good. In his mind, there's only one way to go out. There's only one way to go out.
in 2013, you wrote Relentless. Am I right? 2013? Yes. In the book, you said LeBron is not a cleaner. You've updated that.
Yes, I have.
You said he is a cleaner now. Why? What changed?
Well, maturity, the way listen, from a basketball standpoint, there were some moments where he should have delivered and he didn't deliver. You know, he kind of deferred to other people when he had that opportunity. And sometimes the way he would handle the press conferences, you got to be accountable. How many individuals in here own their own business? Just about everybody. All right. So here's the thing. If something goes wrong, it might not be your fault, but it's your responsibility.
I try to tell people that shit. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. They want to make excuses. But here you go, Tim Grover himself.
It's your responsibility. So you got to take responsibility for your actions. And then when he started to say less and he started to win those championships, and then also being a cleaner is just not on the basketball court. It's how you handle the media, how you handle the daily pressures, how you do those things. And he grew into those things. He grew into those things and said, yeah, you know what? He's achieved this level. And rightfully so.
You put him in a category with Kobe and Michael?
I think he's a cleaner as well. And I think he developed into one. And yeah, I think he is. He's tough sometimes because he does kind of go back into his old ways, but he doesn't stay there. Well, he's way more into finishing and getting the job done now. So he's way improved.
I put him in a category. I don't know if
I'm just talking about mentality. I'm not talking about as a basketball player. As a basketball player, he's gifted, but I think his mentality changed for the better. Even though we're getting tired of the shenanigans off the court, on the court. He's definitely improved mentally.
Same category. I mean, listen. I'm biased. Those are my guys that I work with. You in here and you interview, people that work for LeBron and so forth. They're gonna say he's the best. You can't. One thing you can't do is listen. You can't question a person's loyalty. We have individuals in here. Listen, it's a debate that's going to go on for a long period of time. I look at the numbers and the stats and what's been accomplished, and I got a chance to see both of them play. And I'm always going to stick with
your guys.
With my guys.
Curious,
I just am.
In this room, anybody who puts LeBron in the same category as Kobe and Michael? No one? Am I seeing zero hands? One guy. Who is that?
I see a few. Yeah.
One guy. I agree with all of you. I don't put him in the same category. Are you willing to be wrong that he's a cleaner?
What?
Are you willing to be wrong? Are you willing to be wrong that he's not a cleaner?
No, he is a cleaner. LeBron?
LeBron.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing about a cleaner. Cleaners can go. There's moments where cleaners go back and forth. I mean,
And I agree with that statement. Like, bro, it's his personality. He's not perfect, but he's gonna go back and forth, and that's understandable. You know what I mean? Sometimes he goes back into his old ways, but I definitely think he's a cleaner. You don't get that great and get to this level of performance that he's performing now without being a cleaner. Now, his fans make it irritating and take it to a whole nother level. You're really battling the media and everything off the court. But on the court, he's definitely, and even off the court, with his businesses and things like that, he's definitely successful. And he finished what he started. Man, he's a cleaner, bro. Like, I know he rubs us the wrong way, but he is.
It's easy to go from a cleaner to a closer, and then you have to work your back. There's some things that, listen, even some of the things that my clients did, I was like, man, that is not cleaner like. All right, that is not cleaner like. But how long do you stay in that moment?
Exactly.
How long do you stay in that moment? That's people will say, oh, he jumped from one. Obviously Michael stayed with one team except for the Wizards time. Kobe stayed throughout his whole career with the Lakers. So people can look at those different things. But you look at LeBron, he changed the scope of the game. The super teams and doing these different things and being able to give more access to individuals to allow them to move, and they've done some things that may not be as cleanerish from a basketball standpoint, but from a business standpoint, from the way they change.
From a business standpoint and from a legacy standpoint, he definitely changed how people look at him. You got to give him that, even though his people kind of created this manufactured GOAT conversation. He's still, now maybe we don't like it from a basketball standpoint, but from a personal individual standpoint, it all worked out for him. You know what I mean? And so what he's doing is he's giving them credit for that, even though we don't like it from a basketball standpoint.
You gotta look at all that.
Yeah, he bothers me. He bothers me.
He's been getting under a lot of people's skin lately, bro.
Well, look, he declares his greatness. Kobe
People
and
don't
Michael
like that shit.
that.
People do not like that shit he be doing. And me included, bro. I've done several videos talking about this GOAT, this manufactured GOAT conversation. And I wanted to do a video giving the man credit. But his fans and people in the media, his boys, man, they make it hard, bro. I don't want to knock a legend, but they make it hard, man.
Question.
This shit is unbearable.
ever declared they
They're
were
not
racist.
right. That's what I'm just saying. There are some things every now and then. You know, you hear the interviews all the time. And Michael will say, "Would you ever consider?" He goes, "No, I'm not." Because I can't because I've never played against guys like Elgin Bain or Oscar Robinson, and he would go through Jerry West, and he'd go through all.
The GOAT conversation is like this. The reason why we get irritated is because it's manipulation. It's you're nudging people towards picking a side, right? Instead of letting the fans have those debates, you're kind of having people around you who's able to manipulate and make arguments on your behalf, but the other guys, they're not talking. You know what I'm saying? Because they're all operating by a code. And you're going out here trying to, Kareem has really not said too much about him being the GOAT. Mike hasn't, Kobe hasn't. Really, people ask them those questions when they do interviews. So they let the fans decide it. They let the players decide it who played, right? But this is why people get irritated because they feel like, oh, he's trying to manipulate his way to the top. And so now you have this conversation of him being top two. It's like, wait a minute. There is no top two. There's those people who you believe on your list, right, with your criteria. And that's why I went at Shannon, right? Because Shannon keeps trying to, and Stephen A. and those guys keep trying to push their criteria on us. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, bro, people get turned off, man.
Go through all those things. Even Kobe, that Kobe was just like, they asked him, and this is up on YouTube and TikTok, and they said, hey, you were MJ. He goes, I would never say I'm better than MJ. He goes, I learned all my stuff. He goes, I learned all my stuff from him. So, like I said, there are some things that people do that you're just like, but overall, a cleaner everything they do doesn't always fit the cleaner mode.
Exactly.
Are all cleaners winners?
Are all cleaners winners? Yes.
Are all winners cleaners?
No.
Okay.
No. Listen, here's the thing. People, you have, from a cleaner standpoint, you may see somebody, and you guys have some staff members like this, and you're like, man, they're just not they're giving me okay work. But they have so much more potential inside of them. They can do so much more. They can do, well, whatever situation you have them in, they may be a cleaner in something else. They may be clean. Like, listen, here's people that are cleaners in raising their kids, or cleaners in, raising plants, whatever it may be, being part of a charitable thing and so forth. So just because they're not a cleaner at whatever they're doing in work, or they might be in the wrong position. You have a person in some position, you move them to another position, and all of a sudden they excel. That's your job as leaders to figure out where to put the person in the best situation for them to excel at the highest level. And then when they excel at the highest level, it might not be your standard, but are you able to live with what they're giving you? If you had a team of all cleaners, you've seen this how many times especially baseball and basketball, it happens all the time, because you can manipulate the salary cap pretty good. Everyone signs all these players that are supposed to be the best of the best. It's not the best player. It's not the best pieces. It's the pieces that fit best together. So you need to have coolers. You need to have closers. You need to
that's
have.
the thing about basketball, is having pieces that fit. You can't always just throw up together the top few players in the league. Not too many teams have a lot of longevity doing that, and that's why Golden State mixed so well. Is because it was organic. You had pieces who brought different things to the table and made them great. Instead of having three guys and then one guy gets injured and then the two have to carry the load and don't end up fucking winning. The Clippers are experiencing that. They got talent galore all over the place, but they're struggling. The reason why they're struggling is because they got rid of guys who they need to do dirty work, right? They brought in star power and sacrificed that for role players. Right, and those role players are sometimes the ones who end up winning you. Role players win you championships. You need role players. You need guys to do things that other guys aren't willing to do. Get down and dirty, rebound, set screens, box out, you know, enforcer types from back in the day. You need those type of guys. You need people who are good for team chemistry on the team, leadership, all sorts of intangibles. Intangibles, and the case for Kobe Bryant as the GOAT. If you're listening, man, I tried to contact you. They keep deleting my shit. They keep deleting my comments. Every time I leave a comment under your video or somebody else's videos, they tend to delete them and they tend to erase them. But I've been trying to contact you. I haven't seen your message because it doesn't appear on my channel. Right. For whatever reason, your messages have disappeared. But I've tried. But that means we definitely got to link up. But he said the case for Kobe Bryant as the GOAT was talking about it. And like, you want to, how should I say this, right? You need those components, right, to win. You need components. You need intangibles, right? You need those intangibles. That's the most important part of the game. Leadership, hustle, grind, determination, heart. This is what makes you a Hall of Famer. It's not the talent. The talent, and people get this confused. The talent doesn't make you a top 5 player. The intangibles make you a top 5 player. The longevity, right? The hustle, the grind, the determination, the passion, the mindset, right? Being mentally strong, playing through injuries, perseverance, right? The lifting those around you, leadership, right? Those things make you a top 5 player or top 10, whatever the case may be, right? And you guys can rank people according to how you want to rank them. But he does fantastic videos. Y'all go subscribe to the case for Kobe Bryant as the GOAT YouTube channel. And he's going through all the old time players too. He just did a Dennis Johnson one, which was fantastic because Dennis Johnson deserves more credit for his role to the Celtics championships as well, right? And these guys are forgotten throughout history because a lot of these sports networks don't highlight how important they were. So it's up to us.
Cleaners. And a cleaner's got to be able to defer to another cleaner. They got to know when to be an alpha and when somebody else to be an alpha. You know, Michael, 2 of his championships, he let John Paxson and Steve Kerr make the shots, but those were earned.
Yeah, they earned it.
Those were earned.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if you don't earn that shit, Kobe and Mike are not giving you those shots. Trust me. And also, Pau Gasol mentioned Kobe would used to run him when he first got on the team. And he told him, hey, man, I need a break. And Kobe learned over time that, hey, I got to give guys a break too. I'm running guys. I'm being too on them. I'm being too much on them. I need to back up a little bit.
The winners, not all winners are cleaners thing is interesting to me because LeBron fascinates me. So I see him as a winner.
He does not like that nigga.
Point. Although 10-1 conference finals, 4-6 championship finals, but let's just say he's a winner. He's won 4 with super teams, but he's won 4. But that cleaner stuff is interesting to me. Like there's an element that I see.
Hey, go subscribe to Go Bundits, man. Go subscribe to Go Bundits.
Kobe and Michael, and even in some of the guys that I know in this room, that's just next level compared to the others. So I guess I have to accept there's a range of a cleaner.
Well, you know what it is? Here's the difference. The gap between perfection, between near perfection and perfection, is a difference between great and unstoppable. Those individuals look for perfection people say, yeah, don't aim for perfection. No, aim for perfection. You're never going to achieve it. But there's no higher standard. You don't think so? Every basketball player or every football player, every time he throws the ball, they want it to be a touchdown. They want to set the records. That's how they practice. That's how they prepare. They don't go into games saying, I'm going to miss shots. I'm going to miss free throws.
Yeah.
You'd love to see a person go 20 for 20. Same thing when you see Steph Curry. He's got some video on and he made 75 straight threes from the corner or something like that. You don't think so? He'd love to be able to make 15 of those straight in a game. You guys look for that. You'd love to have that. How'd you like to have that perfect day at work, a perfect day in your business, man? That would be like, you'd be like, whoa. All right, now what you try to do now, you say, man, can I do it again? Can I do it again? That's what you guys strive for every day. Is you look for you go. That's what makes you unstoppable. Is that drive for perfection and paying attention to those details, the details that other individuals just won't pay attention to.
And so there's levels to being the cleaner, right? And what he's I think the guy on the left is not getting, right? Or maybe he's getting it now, is that LeBron's a cleaner. He may just not be on the same cleaner level as Kobe and Jordan, but he's a cleaner. He developed that. And you got to respect him as far as what he's doing off the court, business-wise. You know what I mean?
Ask you
because he's doing well.
A question that we'll open up to the room. In sports, coaching athletes, the measure of success is championships. As a performance mindset coach today, how do you measure success with the entrepreneurs and executives that you work with?
I always have people that come up and say, your talks or your books, whatever, they changed my life. And I always tell them, I didn't change your life. All right, those books didn't change your life. You changed your life. We just gave you permission to be you. A lot of individuals in this room, overall in life, they forget who they are.
Exactly.
They forget what made them successful. And when you hear an individual come up and say, you know what, I had to make a hard decision. Your words made me make that decision. As tough as it may be, it was the right one to make. It's just having the ability to give somebody just that permission to go for it, but knowing what it is. Too many times where people say, man, I'm going for it, but they don't know what it is. You have to know who you are before you can go for it. You have to know who you are before you know what it is. And success, a lot of times, and everything that we read in social media and everything that we've gathered over our times in our lives and that gone into our head has created a lack of clarity. We forgot what got us there. We forgot to have joy along the way. We forgot to laugh. We forgot to be childlike.
That's right. Have fun on your grind. You know what I'm saying? Get to your grind, but have fun as well. Enjoy your grind.
We forgot to clap for ourselves. We forgot to smile. We look for everybody else. We look for everybody else's approval. We forget to listen to our own voice because we're so busy listening to the voices of everybody else. We're so busy listening to the shouts that are going on in this area, that it overshadows the person that you should trust the most, and that's yourself. You know you better. You know yourself better than anybody else. I always say, I don't tell you what to do. I just give you permission to be who you really are. A lot of speakers get up and they tell you where to look. I don't tell you where to look. I just want you to have the clarity to see what you already know.
Tim Grover, everybody.
So that's going to do it for this episode of the Kobe Bryant Film Room, the Mamba Mentality, the Alpha Male Mindset, Part 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the content, enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Shout out to Big Dog Talk Sports. Shout out to, and that's Talk, TAWKS. Shout out to the case for Kobe Bryant as the GOAT of the NBA, and other content creators out there who are doing y'all thing and standing on y'all square and y'all business. This is the Kobe Bryant Film Room. I'm out.
DJ Malla.
I always wanted to make a book out of my life, like a fairy tale. Raised by the Black Panthers and strung out.
Tupac. Duets. I went from rags to riches, quick to socializing with the baddest bitches. Went from a bucket to a rag with switches. I'm seeing that around the corner. I'm bumping Gloria, doing 90 cause I wanna. I'm getting high like I said it was some chocolate time mixed with some Indonesia. Watch me fry, and even though I know the cops behind me, hit the weed enough, I continue doing 90. Will I get caught? Another ticket, get the kick, getting caught. Fuck the law, give a shit, I'm even worse than before. I know they wanna see a nigga buried, but I ain't worried, still throwing these things. Got me locked in these chains, and hey nigga, what the fuck is you wailing about? Soon as I hit the cell, I'll be bailing out. And when I hit the streets, I'm in the rush to ball. I'm screaming thug like nigga, fuck y'all.
The way you receive me, I'm coming on strong. Oh, I like the way you receive me, I'm coming on strong.
Who said good folks is not supposed to die? This ain't again, that said again, that's not supposed to cry. United States giving out milk and cheese to pacify. I'm sure they got a cure for AIDS, but yet it's classified. You wonder why I spit the truth and not to make no dough. To make a difference, both this up and blow in pieces. I can think of many reasons. Only when this shit's going bad, you want to holler Jesus. I pledge allegiance. They got my knuckles bleeding from crawling. Got these again thinking they really ballin' when they isn't. Don't take my word, it's against off in prison that will tell you. That's locked up for a long time and won't tell you no flex. So congregation, will you turn your text to the book about cats? Chapter 2, verse 1, the first one that feel me. Jump up and make a joyful noise, you outcasted. Meaning, now you have a choice like that.
The way you receive me, I'm coming strong. Oh, I like the way you receive me, I'm coming on strong.
Light blue shoes, dark blue pants, 4 or 5 bitches and they all wanna dance. I don't get down, bitch, that ain't my program. I don't hold hands and I don't slow jam. I see walk in the park with the fellas and make suckers jealous cause they can't outsell us. You wanna join us? Well, here's a few pointers about them riders from the state of California.
Tupac. Duets.
Knock on wood. Eastside LB, shit, it's all to the good in the hood. Cinema. He's so confidential with the way that we get you, and the shit that I hit you and spit you, split you, sit you down. Click, cock, pop at you, rock you and knock you down. Pimp slap you and sock you down. Lifestyles of the motherfucking dog pound. Now.
Like the way you receive me, I'm coming on strong. Oh, I like the way you receive me, I'm coming on strong. DJ
Cinema. Tupac. Duets.
The pod was, man, enjoying what every man wants to enjoy. Every man, every woman. And that's called success. You know, when you get it, you gotta enjoy it to the fullest. You're not promised tomorrow. So let me drive this nice fancy car. Let me sport this nice jewelry. Let me do this. Let me, have about, a couple of G's in my pocket.